book fans, I am just going through my January reviews, and I came back to this one because it's been prevalent this week because I'm doing an edit on Hush Hush Honeysuckle, and I'll tell you for why. So Hush Hush Honeysuckle is the first book in the Silas Nash series. It gets pretty much 5-star reviews. Its overall rating is 4.4 out of 5. It's had 259 global reviews. 62% is 5-star, 23% is 4-star, 9% is 3-star, 4% is 2-star, and 2% is 1-star. I can live with that. I think they're pretty good figures. However, I'm going to read out a review, and this is a surprise review for readers because I don't know of any other author that do this. But I've said all along that if I get negative reviews, because I read out my positive reviews, or some of my positive reviews, I've said all along that if I get a negative review, for balance, and to be honest, I'll read that as well. So I've had an absolute stinker for this book. And it was back in November. And I've sat on it for a while because I wanted to do another edit on the book. And this one was reviewed in the United Kingdom, so I can't even blame it being on an American complaining about English language. So it's from somebody called L. Manning in the United Kingdom, reviewed on the 21st of November 2025, and the gentleman or lady says it's a 1-star review. 1. Dreadful. Spelling mistakes galore, corny and poorly written. I made myself finish it as I thought it would surely get better. Alas, no, I do not recommend this book. Thank you very much, reader. I'm going to take that with grace. However, I am going to defend it a little bit, and I don't want to defend bad reviews. You know, books are subjective. A person's opinion is that person's valid opinion. So I'm taking that with grace. However, the dreadful spelling mistakes galore and poorly written sent me putting that straight back on the spike for another edit, which I do if ever I get a comment about the writing or spelling in books, my books. So I've edited this book. I'm about over halfway through. I've been working on it couple of hours a day, and I have found 2 little errors. One was quote marks the wrong way, and one was a misplaced comma. That's all I've found. One thing I don't like that I used to be very fond of, and because of ChatGPT and AI writing now, apparently one of the main hooks for realising that a book is AI written is all the M dashes. This precedes AI. It was written before AI came out. And I was very fond of the M dash back then. It's littered with M dash. It's not littered with spellings mistakes, but it is littered with M dashes. So I'm working on a new edit, and I'm cutting down on some of the M dashes. I think even when I was keen on them, there were too many of them. And in this new day and age of, oh, that was written by AI, I can guarantee this one wasn't. But there are quite a lot of M dashes in it, so I'm cutting down on some of those in my new edit. That's all I've found. And I don't think the lady or gentleman was complaining about M dashes. All I've found is one set of misplaced commas and turned around commas, punctuation marks, and a misplaced comma. So I have a plea. Could somebody, if you're brave enough to take on such a shit book, basically, if you're brave enough, would you give this a go for me, please? Would you come back and tell me if there's any errors in it? If you find some, my brain's obviously looping. I'm doing something weird because I can't find any. Now, there is a thing with writers that you don't see your own errors. You gloss over them. But I'm editing this as the reader sees it on my Kindle, and I've got the font up as high as it will go. So I've only got 15 lines per page or whatever. And so that every error jumps out at me. And I'm reading a page, looking for errors, and then getting the assistive reader to read it out loud as well, so that I can hear if there's any errors. So I'm doing 2 edits on it basically, and I'm not finding anything. Now, what concerns me is, have Amazon released a previous edition or something? Is it the wrong edition that people are buying? If so, I am mortified. So what I did was, before I started editing this, I spoke on the live chat to Amazon, and I asked them if it was the most recent edition that I'd downloaded, and they said no. A new reader buying a book will get the most recent edition. However, the author, if the author downloads the book, they get, it's linked to the email address, and they get the first edition that they uploaded. So I asked the live chat speaker, probably AI, and they did something like push content, it's called. They pushed content for me so that I got the most recent edition. That is what I've edited. If Amazon are putting out a prior edition that I can't get hold of, please, please let me know, because this person has found these errors somewhere, or they think there's errors in it somewhere. I can't find them. Please give it a go. Now, I'm not plugging for a book read here. I'm plugging for somebody to come and tell me if it's all right or not. I would massively appreciate it. Thank you very much. Nice chat.